Yep, reduce the cost of that, and then yep. Oh my god, that level up animation! Hello everyone, Gomez here for the LAN Up channel with more cards tonight. It's a big one tonight. We're getting 22 cards. So without further ado, let's just get into it and see what the hell these cards are gonna be. Okay, so kicking it off immediately with a champion. Looks like another Shurima Champion. Let's get in.
You've got a problem.
Oh, shares the wealth.
Right.
Share the wealth.
On the dotted line.
Okay, so number one, this is a four cost. Which it 5/3 with the text level up. Which you've dealt, so the level up requires that you've dealt 35 plus damage. She's got quick attack and spell shield, so she has got the ability to stay on the ball for a little bit, like past spells and whatnot. But the fact that you've got to do that much damage, which bear in mind that is over the top lethal by 15, but obviously it doesn't have to be done to the nexus. It's just damage overall, so it's damage to units, damage to anything. So, but it does just say you've dealt 35 damage. It doesn't say anywhere that you've got to that it can't be on your side of the field, their side of the field. Basically, by that I mean is it kind of reads a lot like Swain, in that Swain doesn't matter if you do damage to your own stuff, as long as I mean there's some potential synergies here. I mean Swole Squirrel, and that's leveled up like that, right? But honestly, I'm going to love trying to work out the best ways of trying to level this up. There are so many different ways to deal damage, and it's just finding that way of making sure that you're dealing, like, you know, enough damage. So obviously, like as I said, Small Skull you can do something with. Riptide Rex does a lot of damage. Like you've got obviously Twisted Fates card when it comes to using kegs just to increase that damage. So there is definitely ways of doing it. Obviously, there's a big difference between Swain's 12 damage and her 35. I'm expecting an amazing level up. Number one, amazing level up animation, because we've become known to see those, but also I'm expecting for that to do that, I'm expecting an amazing level up. So let's see what we've got here, and also probably spells which are going to work with it. Okay, so we've already seen that spell before. That's Renekton's. That's Renekton's spell. New keyword, retribute. Oh, Richard, I was gonna say retribution, but my mind can't seem to read words right now. Okay, quickly, let's have a little look. So the keyword, activate if allies have struck for 5 plus at least 4 times. So okay, so it's a keyword which is actually dependent on what you've done already during the game, and the fact that you've got to have at least struck for 5 damage at least 4 times in the game. It's a slow speed spell, and it is something which actually is gonna reputation, that's the word, which it's going to be something which is going to take you time to get this out, but once you do, it's a slow speed 6, which is 6 mana, which, to be fair, for what you've had to do to get there, to make sure that you've struck forward with 5 damage at least 4 times during the game, and then for the fact that this can just be immediately what's his face, like, denied or whatnot. So let's see what it is. I cost 3. Okay, right, sorry, I completely read that wrong. So you can use this spell, but if you've hit the widget thing at least 4 times with 5 damage, you can actually get this spell at a cheaper cost. That's what it's trying to say. So it's trying to say normally it would cost 6, but if you've hit into the core at least 4 times, boom, it goes down to 3 cost. I did, which is deal 1 to the enemy, deal 1 to a random enemy, or which would 5 to the enemy nexus. So the idea is, so deal 1 to a random enemy or the enemy nexus, 5 times. So it's either gonna do 5 damage, or it's going to do 5 damage, but every single time it's a single hit. So obviously it doesn't work against tough minions, and it's not going to work against the Nexus if the Nexus is tough, because basically that's like that card that was in Noxus that people paired with Brom, the one which does like 4 damage and then 4 damage. So like obviously you get loads of poros out, or and like obviously like kill somebody on the other side of the field. So it's kind of like that. So it's deal 1 to a random enemy or the enemy Nexus 5 times. There is definitely ways, as I already said previously, with the kegs. If you were to get kegs out, this could actually increase this damage a lot. If you were to have, what would it be? It would be, wait a minute, it's each individual time, right? It's not a straight up. Basically, what I was saying, if you had 4 kegs, it would be like the first one would do what is it, like the first one would do, why is my mind just like completely screwing up on mathematics right now? Basically what I was trying to say is like, is there a way that you can get kegs where they do 4 damage 5 times, which would obviously be lethal, but you'd have to keep that keg alive. So I think that it would just go for the first one would do that much damage, and then they wouldn't do that much damage like after that, because it's like every single hit is a different one. But I might be reading that wrong, and potentially that could be a way of getting it through. But obviously that's going to be helping you do a lot of damage, is the idea that's working with her level up. So ignore all the bollocks that like that was said. I do apologize, I speak a lot of bollocks, but I like the idea of that spell and the fact you can make it cost less. So it costs 6, and I'm guessing we're going to see having struck in. I'm guessing we're going to see at some point having struck in to make it so that that's going to then be less. Okay, another landmark by looks of it. So Sandswept Tomb, when allies attack, summon an attacking Sands Charger. So the Sand Charger is going to end up being a 5-1. Then obviously that's just something else which helps go that. So when allies attack forward, just summon this, and this is just going to add itself onto the attack stat. So it's a 5 cost landmark, but every single time you're attacking forward, it's giving you something else which is also going to be attacking as well. So it requires your opponent to have to do something about this, because even if you're attacking forward with something which is relatively low cost, like a Jerry bot, let's say from P&Z, it's going to be making something else go forward as well. So it's actually a nice landmark, and obviously it synergizes well with her if it's going to be a 5+ thing. I mean, I didn't even get to see what the hell that spell was, or was that just... So that is Waking Sands, which I'm assuming is going to be maybe having another Sand Charger, because it kind of looked like a similar art. Or is that just... I mean, that was a 2-mana slow speed, right? So is that what okay, if that's what a Sand Charger looks like, then obviously then the landmark makes another. So that looked like that was a 2-mana 2-mana slow speed, which I'm guessing, yeah, 2-mana slow speed, which is just a summon, which is a Sand Charger, which is what that does. So it's a little bit of ephemeral working within this. It's aggressive ephemeral working in that region, which we already know with the slain mechanic, and that it's got some nice synergies of it doesn't matter if they die, and then that's just more things going forward. That's going to then reduce the cost. Yep, reduce the cost of that, and then yep. Oh my god, that level up animation! Yep, that's cool. That's cool. Now, did I actually just completely miss, like, you know, there we go. I was gonna say I was not even I was too transfixed by level up animation to even look at what the card did. So when she levels up, while I'm attacking allies have my keywords. So it's not exactly like, you know, the magnificent level up that I was expecting, but it is still a what you call it, quick attack with which it's spell shield. Obviously that spell shield can be taken away, but it's something that's going to demand your opponent's going to have to deal with it. Admittedly, I'm not going to say this looks the most powerful, but always so when I'm attacking eyes have my, so it's just only her keywords, right? It doesn't say anything about I'm sharing with everyone else or anything along those lines, like that one which is in P&Z, the augmented one, that when she attacks forward, she grants herself everyone's keywords. That's what I was trying to say, but it's not that. It's just literally she gives everyone, so she'll be giving everyone quick attack on her base stat, but if you obviously add more things onto her, like overwhelm or whatever, then it's gonna be adding that on. So it's like, do you play her with what's his face? Do you play her with Targon to give Overwhelm? Do you play her with that new, was it Shadow Isles? Was that new spell? That one which gives, the song one that gives, what do you call it? Ephemeral, but it gives things ephemeral, but it makes them have lifesteal and fearsome or something along those lines. So the idea of doing that, then giving that to everyone, it's got the potential, but it's a lot to do for her level up. To not get a lot, I expected, is it wrong of me to have expected more, but that is such an amazing level up animation. Okay, another landmark. Landmarks everywhere. I mean, landmark removal is probably going to be played a lot. Inner Sanctum. So, reputation. I cost 0. So if you've hit forward 4 times with 5 attack, you just get this landmark for free, basically, rather than having to pay free for it. And it's only got a countdown of 1. Create 2 relics of Yawn in hand, which is what are these relics? So there's 0 cost. It looks like they're fleeting. And they are focus speed, which, as we know, is like gem speed and things. So let's just see what the hell that is actually doing. So you get 2 of them, and obviously, like, it's immediate, basically. So you could play it for 0 cost at the end of your turn, knowing that you're going to get this. I'm just hoping that. Wait, I'm just trying to zoom in to see what that. There we go. Lucky find, and the other one is a lucky find. So pick a buff from among 3 to grant to. Okay, right. So this actually does now make her level up and makes this actually a lot more worthwhile, because that is just immediately boom, you're getting her level up. But not only that, you then can play this landmark for nothing. Immediately get these next turn, which just means that you could just throw a focus speed. So immediately before you go for the open attack, let's go boom, grant her, I'm going to choose what I want it to be. Boom, grant, I'm going to choose what I want it to be. And then she just goes forward with a lot of things, especially considering the fact that she can just, with that other landmark, which is making a sand charger, that sand charger is immediately going to be buffed, so you don't even need to have other units on the board. Obviously you want to have other units on the board because it'd be the best thing possible, but yeah, you are actually getting to choose the buff, and then all those keywords getting shared amongst them. So obviously you're going to be looking for Overwhelm, you're going to be looking for Fearsome, you're going to be looking for potentially Lifesteal if your health is not doing too good. So actually a really good champion if you can get to that level up, if you can get to play doing that 35 damage. That is actually, like, with that card especially, is going to be very good. So let's just see. We've been told there's going to be like 22 cards. Oh my god, okay, let's get into it. So we already know that the Ricochet is also going to be a spell, bearing in mind that is going to come down in price. But we've got another spell which is going off of that weapon, which is slow speed 7, which is Boomerang Blade. An ally strikes the strongest and weakest enemies. So yet again, this is just going to help towards her level up. And yet again, as I was saying, as I alluded to at the beginning, for banter's sake, I said Swole Squirrel, but Swole Squirrel would still actually be really funny here because it is making Swole Squirrel strike twice. And then, as everyone knows, dragon kicking somebody to the core is like, that's basically lethal. So actually, potential Swole Squirrel synergy in what's it say, in this region, in the new region Shurima, and I love it. So Boomerang Blade, it's great to help towards her level up. And as I said, Swole Squirrel basically is an old, like, if you can get that off with Swole Squirrel, I think that practically is most of her level up, because what is it? So it'd be striking the strongest, so that's 1 strike. Swole Squirrel starts with a 3 stat line, getting it to 6, I believe, and then when it attacks in again, it'd be getting it up to 12. And then if you were to just use a dragon kick, then you'd basically that'd be lethal, right? From what I get from, am I right or am I wrong? I'm not sure. Obviously, you have to do it over multiple turns because obviously it's 7 cost, and Dragon's Kick is also 7 cost. Payday, which it create a lucky find. So this is actually giving you just the spell straight off. It's a focus speed spell. So this Inner Sanctum, which can go down to costing 0, will give you 2 of these lucky finds, and you can just play this to create 1 in hand. It looks like it's going to be a fleeting, or at least. It doesn't say on this card that it creates a fleeting one, but it looked like it was fleeting when we saw it in the hand, right? But they are 0 cost, and they are just grant, and they can oh, so this is why we're getting so many cards 22, because literally it is going through all of the lucky finds things that it can give you. So it can give Spell Shield Challenger, Fearsome, +2, +1/+1, Quick Attack, +2 health, Tough, and Overwhelm. So it doesn't look like it can give you lifesteal, so that's a little bit of a downside, because obviously lifesteal and then being able to give that keyword to everyone's quite nice, especially if your health goes down to like a dangerous thing, like, you know, you're doing loads of attack forwards, and that is just the benefit of that. So actually the fact that you're gonna have to find lifesteal through another way, but you can still get Spell Shield again, you can get Challenge, you can get Fearsome, Overwhelm, and Tough, and that is a granted mechanic, so it's quite nice. But so it's a little bit of a shame that we didn't get to see lifesteal or regeneration. Actually, regen would be quite a nice one to get as well, but I guess they've got to look at the other things which are in there, like Renekton and things like that, so they don't really want to be giving you regeneration within that same faction. It wants you to go into other regions to be able to get your way in. But that is what we saw there, that other one which makes the Sand Charger, and we see the Sand Charger is ephemeral. So yet again, Shadow Isles synergy coming in here with ephemerals, as well as the fact that obviously, like I did allude to Swole Skrill. Swole Skrill is in Ionia. There is obviously Deathmark in Ionia, which can be used to give it to remove ephemeral from a unit and give it to somebody on the other side of the field. So potential synergy there that can kind of like help, so you can go really aggressive and not like have to worry about that unit then dying. So actually, I mean that this is just a meeting goes, okay, that's my Swole Skrill deck, but I can't wait to hear what you guys say. But obviously there's going to be other ways of doing this, but I'm loving the look of this. I actually love the look of this Payday, like this fine thing. Like this is actually very nice. The idea that it gets you to choose between 3 and then go, okay, right, this is what I want to give to somebody. So actually a really good buff. We've got another unit here, so which is Color Sport, which is Bone Cruncher or Bone Crusher. We've got Reputation. So yet again, this is if you've attacked forward, which is 4 times with 5 damage, it's going to be costing 2 less. So this is going to cost 2. So actually 5, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage, and the ability that you could give this Fearsome in a region of which we already know has been given a lot of cards which can like decrease the opponent's attack stats. So obviously just like getting this stat out for a lot cheaper, and then just going through making everything on the other side of the board so it can't defend against Fearsome and making everyone Fearsome. It's potential synergy that can work really well. And we've also got an Overwhelm 5-cost unit, which is a 6/4 with Overwhelm and Spell Shield. And I think we saw that art before when Shurima was first seen, but actually I thought this was going to be a massive reveal in terms of 22 cards. Obviously, with like we're getting, I do actually kind of like the fact that we have got to see what it can give you, and they didn't just leave Lucky Find up to a, well, like, you know, we're going to have to work out which ones it can give us, which ones it can't give us. Because as I said, I was obviously hyping up the fact that it could give lifesteal. It could not give lifesteal, but that is still some nice things that it can give you. So it's nice that we've actually got to see what it does. But please let me know what you think down in the description down below. These are just my initial reactions and whatnot. All I can say is her level up animation is insane. I might have to quickly go back and watch that just for the level up animation. That's literally all I want right now is just a little bit of level up animation. It's amazing. I mean,
treasure.
There it is. Yep, that's amazing. Right, now, I mean, to be fair, it actually completely made me forget about the level up thing. Like looking at her leveled up form, I wish there was a little bit more for her leveled up form, but obviously with Lucky Find, that's what makes it, is the fact that you can get loads of things quickly through that and then just give it so that she's going to be giving it to everyone. So it only gives it when they're attacking, I believe. So while attacking ally, yeah, while attacking allies. So it's not going to be granting those keywords across the board, but it is going to be allowing you to at least give those keywords for that attack turn. And there are other ways of getting lifesteal if you needed it, but obviously the main ones you're looking for there are going to be Overwhelm and things like that, which obviously you can get through Lucky Find. As well as plus stats for attack stats that will just help that Overwhelm even. Actually, no, because it's only keywords, so attack stats and that wouldn't chat. Don't worry about it. Ignore me. But I hope you had a good time. I definitely am enjoying it. I like this set. Is looking so amazing. I honestly cannot wait to see more cards tomorrow, and then also just get hold of this set on the 3rd and just create decks and go crazy. But please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below in terms of different things that you're coming up with. Also, shameless plug time, Twitch, Twitter and Instagram. If you didn't know already, I stream on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. So you want to come catch the action live, have some good time while I play Legends of Runeterra, please feel free to jump in and say hi. As well as that, there is the Discord link down below if you want to join the Discord where we can start talking about all these new cards and everything that's going on with that. I can't think of anything else I need to say right now other than thank you to everyone who's supported me. Thank you for everyone who's watching these videos, commented. Honestly, it makes my day going through your comments and reading them and then trying to reply back to them with the best way that I can. So honestly, thank you all so much. I hope that you have a great day, and until next time where we get to see some more cards, bye. Flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.